Hello, we are here at the Goodwill in Pasadena. There are 2 locations, and I thought I'd pop in here on a Saturday and just see what was going on. And I want to show you my selects from which I will make my choices. Really changing how I source these days now that I'm in high-end vintage and luxury rental, as well as my reselling and consignment. So I don't need anything, but you know how it is. You just always like to look, because you never know. I swear, you never know. I got so many stories of great things that you find unexpectedly, so we all know that. So this bag really caught my attention. It is super cool vintage, as you can see. It's all leather and suede by a brand called Sergio. I do not know if this is early Sergio Ross, if it's just Sergio. It's obviously from the 80s. Really cool. Just great. It even has a optional shoulder strap, and it's still with the bag. You can see. It's really excellent vintage, whether you're at a vintage show or just selling. So this one is $14.99. That is the current price on that. So there is no question that that is coming home with me. That is, I rarely see something that good. Although I have found some really good bags over the years, but like usually not. So next for the vintage, I'm really focused on the more high-end vintage and trying to sell through the lower-end vintage, which is why I'm really torn on this dress. It's $10.99 and it's by Contempo Casual, so it's like late 80s, early 90s dress. But what I really like is that it's a current style and it's got these pearls on it. It's very delicate. But I just really like this. I'm on the fence because it's not designer at all, and I have so many pieces, but it's a current style, and I think that's what's going to make that a yes for me. Current style for vintage. These, if you don't know this brand, it's a French brand, Claude Pierlot. I don't know how to spell it. Obviously the French sizing, the European sizing, you can see there, number 38. It's always a clue to something potentially good. They sell this inside like Bloomingdale's, in department stores. If you don't know the brand, this stuff is so cute. I can't even tell you. This is a definite yes. If you don't know the brand, these shorts with $7.99. That's a definite yes. Here, I was really excited to find this dress in terms of vintage. This is by Cassedi, which is still around today. It's a very expensive brand now. They do a lot of shoes, but these old dresses are terrific. And this one has a really good style to it. Because the 80s, you never know. Because it doesn't have the drop waist, because it has a normal waist. It's a really good chance of selling that. So $12.99, that is a yes. This one I'm on the fence about. It's like a 90s jacket by Rhonda Harness. It's just, what I'm concerned about is see how it's starting to pucker here. And this has to do with the inside of the fabric, the lining, the glue, or whatever the facing material is. That can be fixed. It's very expensive, so I'm not going to do it. But that's why I'm on the fence about this really cute jacket. Normally I would grab that. I don't have an exchange today, but do I need to spend another $12 on something? No, not really. The old me would have considered this 80s dress, which is a classic black velvet with the navy blue bottom, but because it is a drop waist, nobody wants that for any reason whatsoever. The 80s style is really tricky. Especially, it's just not a flattering style. That's not what people want. $12.99. I'm going to leave that behind. So the old me would have considered that. This is just your basic beaded top with no label. Now, if this were $4.99 or $5.99, you know, maybe, but they've got this 7. It's just, you know, just there. It's not all that exciting. The old me would have gotten this, but I am moving away from just reselling a lot of lower end brands. So this is not a brand I would normally pick up anyway, but because of the style, and I sell so many vests. People who, that is not me. Thank goodness people who are in the restaurant industry need these classic black vests, blazers, and pants a lot of times for uniforms, and they have to provide their own. So that's who would probably buy something like this. But that's a no. This is a Anthropology brand. Just it's there. The old me might have considered picking this up. I'm not even sure the old me would have picked it up, but I would have maybe considered it. But this is not a brand that really has gotten a lot of money for me. Not that I've tried it too many times, but it's just there. Not that exciting. This is a red silk BCBG Max Azria gown. It's been altered in the back, which I noticed earlier. You know, didn't cover up the tag. It's dated looking. I'm not saying it wouldn't ever sell, but why would you risk it for $13? No, that's staying. I love Wilfred, but to wear, reselling, there's not a lot of money in it. This is a cute little crop top, $6. But there's not much profit in that, so we're gonna leave that behind. I thought this was really cute, like cow print, but it turns out this is a very low-end brand motel made in Indonesia. There's just no profit in this, especially when they want $10. If it were $6.99 maybe, but no. And this is classic Disney with tags, $28. They want 10, so there's no money in that. So yeah, so leaving all that behind. And in my buggy is this Cassedi dress. We've got the Claude Pierlot shorts. Love that brand. And this bag. Oh, and this one velvet dress. And that's it. So that hits the 30, so I'll be able to use my 20% coupon. It's a lot of black, per usual for me. But, yeah. So just more selective these days. Let me show you some colors while I talk. And with the rental and the celebrity rental and all of that stuff, I'm really sourcing in other places. I don't really get it in places like this, but this is basically where I get my vintage for the Pasadena Antique Mall. And now I'm starting to look at vintage shows. I did one recently, and I realized that I probably need a different kind of vintage piece, something more sellable. So I'm rethinking everything, and I've got 1,000 pieces I haven't listed already sitting at home, if not more. So there we go. So if you like this video, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up, a little comment. I'd love you to follow me on Instagram at the Jennie Walker Archive. That's where all my celebrity rentals are posted there. Also have a podcast with reselling content called Jennie Girl's Closet with Jennie Walker. But yeah, so I'm trying to build my channel up. I've really never done anything with it, and I think that's a mistake. So I thought I'm just going to start popping in and showing y'all what I see. I do my quick little runs into the Goodwill, which is very often, and just really getting super selective. Plus, it's just a day where there wasn't a ton here, so you never know what you're going to find. But I'm happy with what I found, and look forward to having you with me on another episode of Grab and Purge.